when we last caught up with Charlie's journey to reconstruct that plane that flew out of Membury Airfield as part of the D-Day operation, he just got back from Canada, where he'd been salvaging another plane for parts. Today, the sea freight container from Canada is arriving. Charlie comes from us from the glamorous location of Coventry this morning, where you are awaiting delivery of said container. Is that right, Charlie?
That's right, Sarah. Yeah, I'm stood in a freezing cold hangar here at Coventry Airport, looking at Night Fright, the aeroplane currently. Just awaiting the arrival of the sea freight container from Canada.
Now, give us an indication as to the state of this aeroplane at this stage, then, because we've heard a little bit of the background. We know about the fact that you found it, you want it to fly again for these D-Day celebrations, the anniversary anyway. It's a race against time now. It needs to be done by June, Charlie. How does it look? What does it look like? Describe it to us at the moment.
Well, if you walk around it in the hangar at the moment, to the untrained eye, it looks like an aeroplane. I mean, it's sat on its wheels. Some of the wings are on, the engines are on, the tail's on. So, to the untrained eye, it very much looks like an aircraft that's not too far off being complete, really. But I suppose you got to know the sort of the devil in the detail. That's all the work involved to put it back together. Really, I mean, we've still got heaps of things to do. All the detailing inside the instrument panel and the cockpit's all got to be put together. All the plumbing of the sort of the hydraulics, the oil and the fuel lines. The outboard sections of the wings have got to go on, and then all of the original gears sort of got to go back inside to put it back into sort of World War II C-47 specification, really. So yeah, it's very much a race against time. I mean, it's still going to be close, but I think we're winning.
So externally, it sounds as though things are going better than they are necessarily internally. So it's a bit of a shell. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair comment, to be honest. I mean, I suppose the visual parts of the project are the bits outside, really. If you put two engines on an aeroplane, all of a sudden it looks like a completely different beast. But it's all the bits inside. We've got all the cabling and the control systems and all of the sort of the delicate little bits to go inside, really. So, it's certainly coming together. I mean, we've got sort of 10 to 12 guys working 6 days a week on this at the moment. And, the clock's sort of rapidly running down as we approach the 1st of June, really.
What are you most excited about bringing out of that container?
Well, I think everything in the container is going to be a huge boost to the guys here and to the project. But two of the really unique items that are in that container are an original cargo floor which runs throughout the inside of the aircraft, and what we call the paratrooper benches. That's a row of benches down either side of the aircraft that these paratroopers would have sat on their way across to the D-Day landings. But that said, there's a whole bunch of parts in the container which are really going to save the guys time here. So I mean, we couldn't really have left this any later. It's going to be a huge boost for the guys as soon as this container arrives. I mean, the parts are literally going to come straight out of the container into being sort of paint stripped and examined and painted and bolted onto the aircraft, so to speak.
Has anyone said to you, Charlie, just finally, look, mate, this is just not going to happen in time for June? Have you had those conversations with people?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a conversation I have with myself most evenings, to be honest. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't stressful. Of course it's stressful, and we're up against it, and it's a race against time. But it's great fun at the same time, and we're there or thereabouts, I think. So we're still confident.
Well, we look forward to hearing that the freight container has arrived in Coventry in one piece, and we'll catch up with you again in the next instalment of the journey in a few weeks' time. That's Charlie Walker on BBC Radio Berkshire.